Hi there. So a few videos ago, I ended up talking about my pile of shame. If you don't know what a pile of shame is, it's a bunch of miniatures that you collect over time without really painting because you keep finding cooler ones over and over again, and you hopefully end up painting some of them at some point, but you never really do. So it got me really interested in what other people's piles of shame look like compared to mine. So I'm going to show off mine, and if you want, you can please show off yours, and I would really love to see it. You can use this hashtag so we can pretty much link each other's piles of shame and we can all look at it together. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. At some point, I was planning to run an anime one-shot, but that kind of fell through, so here's some of them. Here's my Sailor Moon collection. I only have a handful that's not painted. A few actually I was able to paint. Here's another anime figures that I was hoping to use, but never got to. Here's a couple of famous Naruto characters. One of my favorite animes of all time. Here's a few animal companions that I have. This is some sort of iguana that's also a pack animal. Fluffy wizard cat. A battle corgi. I mean, who doesn't want one? It has a saddle for some reason. And some sort of battle weasel. Here's a fluffy cat bard with a fancy little harp on his side here. And an armored kitten. And this one's a little tougher looking, also an armored cat with a nice big sword in the back there. A gerbil, a really fat squirrel, I guess. That looks like a tavern keeper. A random animal, some sort of ibex. This is kind of out of scale, which is kind of weird, but it's a big skull with a black raven. I have a few of these mounts that you can put your actual miniatures on. And here's some sort of Game of Thrones cat. There was an attempt to paint it, but didn't work out. Some NPCs. Here's a rough looking orc that I 3D printed. Here's a butcher orc, but to me his scale was so small. He was way too small for an orc for me. Here's a merchant that's being held up. That's something you need on everybody's table. Here's a Harengon monk that my player wanted to have, but they changed their mind about it. Here's a couple of bards playing flutes. An Oni samurai. He looks pretty cool actually. I wish I painted him. Some sort of Athena figure. I would like to use this as a statue at some point. A few gnome hags. A couple of dwarf look like clerics or paladins to me. A couple of elf swordsmen, double blades. A bandit with a crossbow. Some sort of priest. Here's another bandit looking guy with some sort of machete. A merchant. Here's an assassin, obviously. A female blacksmith. This actually looks pretty cool. Here's a sword merchant. A female half-elf or elf lute player, and that lute looks like an axe. That actually looks pretty cool. A drunken dwarf, happily drinking on the floor here. Here's a tabaxi assassin. This looks really cool. I don't understand why I'd never painted this guy. I probably just might. Another cool figure I wish I painted, a Loxodon. Nice details on this thing. Here's a few monsters. Here's a goblin, a kobold, a few kobolds on a drake mount, red caps. I love red caps. Obviously I painted the red cap, but nothing else. A minotaur that I 3D printed. Zombies that have some sort of things growing out of them. Here's a werebore. You can see with the backwards hands here, it's their rakshasas. Here's some mind players. A gargoyle. Some sort of dragon lich. These are sea hags. Here's water elementals. Fire elementals, I believe. Some wraiths. Giant spiders. These are dark elves from a Legend of Drizzt board game that I bought a while back. I forgot what these are called, but they're mini beholders. Here's a Krampus for a Christmas one-shot that never happened. And here's a cool Medusa and a Maleficent type villain. Here's a few random ones I haven't even opened out of the packaging yet. Grungs, I love grungs. They're toads pretty much. And of course everyone knows who this is, but this guy's kind of a little small for me. So these are from a Princess Bride board game. I mean, they're not the right scale for a standard TTRPG. They're a bit bigger, but they're pretty cool looking. I painted these three, but I still have a few that I have yet to paint.
Inconceivable!
Last but not least, kind of the crown jewel of my collection are my two original Critical Role teams here. I have the Mighty Nine and the Vox Machina crew. This one I haven't opened yet. This one I made the mistake of taking the plastic off, but I have yet to paint them, and now I'm thinking I probably shouldn't. What do you guys think? I really am not sure if I should preserve the integrity of the box and not open it, and hopefully they increase in value. That's why I haven't really touched it or painted it or even take the plastic off of the other box. Nevertheless, they're really cool looking figures, and they're really hard to find nowadays considering how famous Critical Role has become. I bought these when they were still in the beginnings of their podcasts. Well, there you have it. That's my pile of shame. Now I would really love to see yours. #PileOfShame challenge.